ISIS just tried to take out Taylor Swift at one of her concerts with chemical weapons. This is a big news item out there. If you're not familiar with Taylor Swift, she's the most popular musician out there right now. That's big news. We got Biden saying he's not so sure about the peaceful transfer of power after the election. We have clues as to when the Iranian strike may happen on Israel, which will basically kick off World War III. We have an earthquake. We have Vance confronting Harris, and food shortage updates from you guys. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates that you guys are sending in, news updates as well as information about what's going on out there in the world. We are going to more visuals as long as I can keep up with it. Without further ado, we do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They help people with retirement accounts get over into gold, silver, and platinum, physical metals that you can hold in your hand in your retirement account. If that sounds good to you, you might want to talk to Jonathan and his team. The number is right there on the screen for you to, if you give them a call, make sure you mention this channel so that they do waive the setup fee. They're fantastic folks. All right, let's jump into what we got going on here. Taylor Swift. All right, so 3 sold out Taylor Swift concerts were scheduled to take place in Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week in Vienna. They've been canceled. Why? Because ISIS had a plot to launch a chemical terrorist attack on the concert. These things are always packed out with people. A chemical attack on a Taylor Swift concert, absolutely insane. But, you know, once the Swifties get all upset, I don't know if that'll change things. Okay, so yesterday was, it started off looking pretty good. Actually, it was up, S&P was up 1.7% at the high point, and it ended up down 0.77%. So you can kind of see it kind of have a roller coaster of a day, went up, and then it ended up coming back down hard. Same thing, oil was kind of down, and then it kind of came up. We're still kind of waiting for news from the Middle East. But basically, the Japanese came out there and said, oh, sorry, we didn't mean to do that. And as long as the markets are in turmoil, we won't hike interest rates. So they basically capitulated to the market. And the market's very, very happy to know that Japan will start behaving themselves and not mess up the market. All right. So CBS reporter asked Joe Biden, are you confident that there will be a peaceful transfer of power in January 2025? Now, this is what he said, and we can debate what he meant by it. But if Trump wins, no, I'm not confident at all. That's kind of what we're worried about, right? I mean, if Trump loses, I'm not confident at all. So, but was the first statement just like a gaffe, or is that really what he meant? Did he mean like both statements? Like, was it like he said one and then he's like, I mean, and then gave another scenario that he also makes him unsure? I don't know. But the fact that the president of the United States is not like, this will happen, I will make sure this happens. I mean, that's what we expect from a president to say, right? I mean, like, we will spare no expense. We will make sure that this peaceful transfer of power takes place. No, it's like, I'm not confident at all. Like, if you're not confident, if like you with the strongest military in the world aren't confident, like, what's happening here? I thought nobody could stand up to the might of the U.S. military because all they have are little boomsticks, and you have F-16s and nuclear weapons. Like, where was that guy? That guy used to say that like nobody could stand up to the United States government, but now it's hard to interpret this as in any other way other than if I don't like the results, I'm going to make sure that that it doesn't happen. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. If you have updates you'd like to share, please pop them down in the comments down below. Use the word update there. All right. U.S. announces $424 million. Let's just round it off to $500 million to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Aid. $500 million to them, and they're not even fighting the Russians. Like, what is this world coming to, right? I mean, seriously. Foreign aid for countries that aren't even fighting Russia. Anyway, Down in Florida, Florida's biggest insurer says it needs to increase rates by 93%. So if you are hoping to get insurance down in Florida, well, sorry. They've requested a 13.5% rate hike, but says they need 93% to stay competitive. Yep. Inflation is 2 or 3%, right? Right. All right. More fighting over in Syria, where the United States doesn't have troops, except, oh, look, there's a picture of Americans troops in Syria, even though they're not there. Anyway, this was U.S. backed troops. So basically U.S. allies, probably Kurdish, came in contact with other Iranian backed groups. And there was fighting, which there were casualties, but not any Americans from what we can tell. Just to kind of give you some context on what's like, how big of a thing these assassination strikes against Hezbollah have been over the last 8-9 months. 400 Hezbollah terrorists, including officers, field commanders, staff commanders, and even the third in command of the organization, are now confirmed to have been eliminated since the attacks against Israel began last October, with this number expected to continue rising. 400. If that doesn't sound like a war, I don't know what does. But a lot of people are like, oh, they've just been skirmishing. They've killed 400 Hezbollah terrorists so far. Egypt asks its airlines to avoid Iranian airspace for 3 hours on Thursday. And we're seeing that Iran has asked other airlines now as well to avoid during this time period. So it looks like the attacks may start today. There's been a lot of delay. Apparently, Hezbollah is getting really, really antsy. Hezbollah has even started threatening to move without Iran if Iran doesn't get on its horse. So that's we're still all kind of wondering why it's taking them so long and why they're delaying so long. But we have seen a bunch of aircraft going into from Russia into Iran. And it's being speculated that they basically wanted to beef up their air defenses before they hit Israel. So apparently Russia has agreed to send or sell a whole bunch of air defense systems to them. That's what it seems like. And those air defenses seem to be being installed as we speak. So, all right. There was an earthquake of 5.3 in Southern California on Tuesday. And that's about where it was. Get the USGS maps up here. Big red dot right there. And zooming in, you can see all the aftershocks taking place around there. The red dots are like the most recent, but the bigger the dot is, the more severe it is. So we're looking at this one, 5.2 is actually that one right there. But this, is this a foreshock for the big one in California? We've been waiting for the big one for a while, and this may cause the plates to slip, but we'll keep an eye on it. All right, so 2 dudes will fight for gold in the Olympic women's boxing. Is it a surprise that the 2 dudes managed to get to the finals, or is it not? Speaking of dudes, there's JD Vance with his entourage. They happened to land at the same airport with Kamala Harris's Air Force Two. So JD Vance decided to walk on over there and go talk to the reporters that Harris was avoiding. Harris and Walz were avoiding their reporters. And so JD Vance came over and started talking with them. And he said that, you guys might be lonely because Harris doesn't ever answer questions. She hasn't had a press conference since she announced her run for president, which is, when you think about that, the fact that she hasn't answered any reporter questions since declaring her presidency run is absolutely crazy. And she hasn't done that for over 17 days. Anyway, that was an interest. There's a video out there there's video of it. You can check it out yourself. All right. This is from Lena. Update, Central Louisiana, no turkey hot dogs for months at Walmart. I bought the last 6 half-gallon canning jars also at Walmart. All right. Update, Panera Bread out of Diet Pepsi, sourdough bread, multiple other drinks. So they're a big chain. Like, they shouldn't be running out of stuff. This is in Dover, Delaware, but I'm seeing quite a few restaurants running out of supplies before they have had time to restock. People in other states have also been reporting their favorite restaurants running out of items. Sorry. Shortage update, North County, San Diego. User VX. Dairy products. These are going to start hitting, if they haven't already, across the country, but here in my area are cottage cheese. We've been hearing reports of that and been seeing a little bit of issue with that. Sour cream, of course, having issues with that. Other dairy at stores like Winco. They have no ETA on when they're going to get cottage cheese. Grocery outlet, Target, Walmart. Get what you need, folks, because today in 2 different stores, I overheard people on their phones talking about shortages and getting out ahead of them. Don't be the fool who is heading out the exit at the same time everyone else is. North Central West Virginia. This is Lynn. Walmart today was a frenzy. The place was packed with shoppers loaded up with carts. I don't know if it was just first of the month shopping or people subconsciously worried. Only time I've seen them this busy was with severe weather coming. And wow, shelves look great superficially. However, when you really looked, was items spread to hide what was missing. Like tomatoes, only 1 case of great value tomatoes. Great value peas and green beans, very light. I bought the tomatoes and only great value sweet peas. There was plenty of dairy and bread. My biggest concern was the vegetables. Also visited Dollar Tree, lots of fall decorations and Halloween stuff spread out. Food sections lightly stocked, freezers low, cold drinks, fridges low. Prayers and good luck, everyone. Additional benefit of me putting all this up on the screen is that when there's grammatical errors and it causes me to stumble, you can see that, that I didn't just stumble, right? Anyway, Susan, my sister in Trenton, Florida, lost her power due to Hurricane Debbie. So there's been a lot of flooding and a lot of issues out there. She has been told it will be 2 weeks before her power will be restored. Can you handle a storm like that? What's your power solution? Do you have some power buckets? Even getting those little power units, the battery chargers for your phone, the power banks, those are a lifesaver. You can recharge your phone, multiple times off of one of those things. So if you do need to go somewhere to get power, like a shelter or something like that, you can charge up your phone and the power bank, and then you can go and not have to come back immediately, or you can charge other people's phones. This is a story I thought was interesting. Highlander says, Steve, I got a pretty wild story for you. I work for an agency within the Kentucky state government. A while back, I came to work and found that someone had taped a Middle Eastern flag. Gee, I wonder which one that was. Maybe the Palestinian flag, right? To everyone's cubicle, not Israel's. Roughly 50 on that floor. I took the flag on my cubicle down and laid it flat on the shelf next to where it had been hung. I didn't say anything to anyone or destroy it or file a complaint or anything. Turns out the woman who had hung the flags is the department's raging liberal. Who would have guessed that? She checks all the boxes. When she saw that I and another man had taken our flags down, she lost her mind. Management called me in and I explained that no one had asked my permission to hang it, and that the only flags I'm okay with being hung are the U.S. flag, the Christian flag, and the Kentucky state flag, and the don't tread on me flag. What about the appeal to heaven one, right? Anyway, they assigned me, not her, to sensitivity training. I had a ball with the other guy who also got this punishment. When I returned, the flag was back up, so I destroyed it and several more and filed a complaint with the threat of filing a lawsuit against the department. Within 2 days, all the flags have been taken down. To my knowledge, no action was ever taken against the woman who has been a less than ideal employee over the years. Thank you for that story. That was kind of fun. Walmart, Vlad, a Walmart cashier I know, called me. Our local Walmart is getting digital price tags. We've been hearing about these being rolled out. Some of you guys have said that you've already seen them. They are on at the end of a large remodel. Remodel seems to be more geared for stopping shoplifting than cosmetic or adding or subtracting product. That is in Trinidad, Colorado. Update. I have a customer at my diesel repair shop who came to pick up his truck last night. He seemed upset. So I asked him if he was okay. He told me that after 18 years of working at the local paper mill, he received an email last night warning all employees of a layoff of all staff in 2 weeks. Also, if the company couldn't get funding or large order confirmed by the end of the month, the mill will close permanently. I am 60 years old, and I remember my grandfather telling me stories of working at that mill as a 10-year-old orphan from the streets, sweeping floors. He worked there until he retired. Another 100-plus year old business going under, Oregon City, Oregon. Heartbreaking, and just all the jobs that are being lost. Parrot Africa from South Africa. I was chatting with my brother in Ireland. We were talking about supply chain restraints. I imagine that's what we mean. He has commented empty store shelves and high prices. Tim's, you are getting shadow banned, and I am not getting your notifications. I am getting a whole bunch of comments from you guys about this. It's not really shadow banned because it's so clear to everyone, isn't it? Anyway, yes, very aware of that. I don't have any recourse. There's nothing I can do about it. And I know you're not saying that, but it just is what it is. And just keep looking for your favorite creators. Make sure you have your favorite creators. Make sure you know how to type their name in the search bar and everything like that. And just keep going after your favorite creators and listen to who you want to listen to, and don't let Google force you over to someone else. All right. Like someone from NBC, right? don't do that. Update, Mid-Michigan. I have a friend who works for a supplier for a local GM assembly plant. They're in the process of going to 3 shifts and are now training new hires. All of them are others from around the world, many from Africa, and they already have many employees from Africa. And they have no idea where they are from in Africa and can't recognize the language they are speaking. It's a train wreck trying to train someone who has no one to translate for them the job process. They have many different combinations of colors and trim pieces for the parts they supply. My friend also knows people at the GM plant also, and they are doing the same thing for new hires. Quality control and rework repair is at record high numbers at both plants. Production numbers are way down. It also is a launch of a new design of the SUV that they are manufacturing. So we've reported on this before. We've gotten insider information that they are getting tens of thousands of dollars for each one of these people they hire. That's why they're doing it. They're not doing it because they want workers. They're doing it because basically they pay for it by just getting federal money to hire them. So if they have to have them all standing in the corner, just making their wages so that the company can get the free federal grant money, they'll do it. But this is also going to severely impact the supply chain. This is happening at factories all over the United States, food factories as well. If they're messing up plastic parts for, the newest SUV, that's a problem. If they're messing up chicken and contaminating it, that's a bigger problem. If they're contaminating other foodstuffs with bacteria and other things like that because they mess something up, that's a really big deal. So all of your food being packaged at factories who are more and more hiring people who don't speak English, who don't necessarily understand basic things that Americans would understand. Now, there's plenty of Americans that don't understand that either. But hopefully we have a higher percentage of hits than we do misses here in America. But with the newest people coming in it's more misses than hits. And that is going to make more and more problems across the supply chain that are going to ripple through. And we're going to see more and more of these issues coming up. All right, friends, please do keep your reports coming in. If you want to check out some more information from Genesis Gold Group, right there on the screen is a link. If you want to check out another video from the channel, there's one right up there. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report out.